Many WNBA fans are calling out the referee problem.
What if I told you the WNBA's biggest star just faced the worst hit of her career and the footage was nearly buried? Caitlin Clark, injured, fans outraged, and a ref now suspended in total silence. But what's the real story? Who's behind the cover-up? And what does it mean for Clark and the entire WNBA?
She got fouled. You know, I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games. You know, a minus 31 free throw discrepancy.
In today's explosive investigation, we'll break down the exact moment Caitlin Clark was injured, reveal never-before-seen footage, and uncover how the referee's secret suspension is sending shockwaves through the league. Was this a case of missed calls or a deliberate blind eye? Stay with us.
Referees just exposed their hand so bad, bro. I mean, they just didn't care no more. They didn't care. The world was watching how bad the calls was. They didn't care at all. They was going to get their issue off against the Fever no matter what. And I'm here to tell you, that's exactly what went down, bro. They have an agenda against Caitlin Clark.
On June 3rd, 2025, Caitlin Clark faced the New York Liberty in a game that turned into a brutal showdown. A hard foul, missed by the refs, left Clark limping, wincing in pain. Watch carefully. Hidden in the shadows of the play, the ref's eyes track away, ignoring the collision entirely. Fans in the stands, furious. Online, exploding with theories.
Every single game, WNBA players, fans, coaches are all complaining about the referees, and they have shown that they're not going to change anything because the referees continue to be horrible.
But this isn't the first time Caitlin Clark has been in the crosshairs. From her college battles with Angel Reese, the Bayou Barbie, to that heated scuffle with Chindy Carter last season, Clark's presence has always sparked both fandom and fury. And let's not forget Sue Bird's cryptic tweet, "Protect the future, not the headlines." Sources confirm the referee at the center of this scandal has been quietly suspended for failing to call the blatant foul. The WNBA's official statement? "We are committed to player safety and fairness." The situation is under internal review. But critics say this move came only after viral outrage, not because of league transparency. Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back. If the league can't protect Caitlin Clark, what does that say to every other player busting their tail out there? Sue Bird echoed the sentiment. This isn't just about Clark, it's about the integrity of the game itself. These voices aren't just commentary, they're a warning shot at the league's future. Online, the reaction was immediate and fierce. TikTok clips racked up millions of views, fans demanding accountability. One viral post asked, "If Caitlin Clark can't get a fair whistle, who can?" The public fury only intensified when footage surfaced showing the ref turning his head away as Clark was hit. Here's the hidden truth. The WNBA has invested millions in marketing Caitlin Clark. She's the face of the league's future. But as the league cashes in, they're also caught in a balancing act. Protect Clark without appearing to play favorites. And that's where the cracks begin to show. Other stars are watching too. Aya Wilson said, "We can't just hype up one player and leave her unprotected." Brianna Stewart added, "We're a league. We stand together." This injury and the ref suspension are more than just a one-game story. It's a test of whether the WNBA will put safety before politics. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White didn't mince words. "We've seen too many no-calls. Caitlin's a target because she's great, period. We expect the league to step up." Her frustration echoed the mood of the entire Fever squad, who know they're playing in a league where every whistle counts. All eyes are now on Clark's return. She's scheduled to play this Saturday against the Phoenix Mercury, her first game back since the injury. Will the refs finally protect her? Or will the same blind eye cost the league more than just points on the scoreboard? This story isn't just about Caitlin Clark. It's about the soul of the WNBA. Will the league choose stars over safety? Will the hidden footage finally change the game? Or is this just the beginning of a much bigger storm? Let me know what you think. Did the refs cross a line? Is the league doing enough? Or is this just another cover-up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button because we're not done yet. We'll be back with more exclusive footage, more insider takes, and the real truth the WNBA won't show you. Until then, keep your eyes on the court and your mind on the game. One moment, Caitlin Clark was the face of the WNBA, rewriting record books, packing arenas, and electrifying fans. The next, she was limping off the court, sidelined by an injury that should have been prevented. And now, one WNBA ref has been suspended, but what really happened? Leaked footage and hidden camera angles reveal a pattern of missed calls and blatant disregard for player safety. This isn't just a controversy, it's a potential league-wide scandal. It all went down in a showdown between Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever and the New York Liberty. With the game on the line, Clark took a hard hit, but the whistle? Silent. Footage shows Natasha Cloud making clear contact, but the refs? Frozen. Statues in black and white stripes. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White didn't hold back. Post-game, she dropped a bombshell. What most didn't know, Caitlin Clark was already battling a quad strain, an injury she'd been fighting through for weeks. In one clip, she's seen courtside with an ice pack on her thigh. Yet, she kept playing until that Liberty game sealed her fate. The next game, Clark didn't play, but she wasn't silent. Cameras caught her confronting referees with paper in hand, pointing at the floor, demanding accountability. And now, it's confirmed. One referee from that game has been quietly removed, suspended for what insiders call blatant negligence. But the question remains, was this a rogue official or something deeper? Fans and players say this isn't an isolated incident. There's growing concern that Clark, the league's biggest draw, has become a target, not a priority. And the numbers don't lie. Since Clark's injury, sports betting markets have shifted. Her MVP odds plummeted from even money to plus 210 on FanDuel, a sign of just how much the league stands to lose if she's sidelined. Even Stephen A. Smith weighed in, saying the WNBA can't afford to alienate its star player and that fans deserve better officiating. Online, fans are in an uproar, with one viral comment summing it up. "My 4-year-old son knew that was a foul." It's not just missed calls. It's the integrity of the game at stake. Is there an agenda against Clark? One that sees her as a cash cow, not a competitor? The footage suggests a pattern of non-calls, while the league cashes in on her every step. For Clark, it's about more than one game. It's about respect. It's about fighting for the future of women's basketball. And as this story unfolds, the whole world is watching. What do you think? Was this an honest mistake, or is the WNBA sending a message? Comment below, subscribe for updates, and share this video, because the truth is finally out. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of protecting its biggest stars versus accusations of favoritism and a league caught in a media firestorm. Caitlin Clark's injury has become a flashpoint in the WNBA's ongoing narrative of how to balance star power and player safety in a league that's both exploding in popularity and facing a harsh spotlight from critics who believe the league either coddles its biggest names or lets them get crushed for ratings, creating a media maelstrom that has pulled in not only fans but also legends of the game like Sue Bird, who said, "The WNBA has to protect Caitlin Clark if they want to protect the future of the league." A sentiment that has been echoed across sports talk shows and social media feeds as footage of the injury has gone viral, prompting questions about whether the officials crossed the line or simply failed to enforce the rules consistently, all while Stephen A. Smith took to ESPN to declare, "This is bigger than just one player. It's about the integrity of the game," which itself became a trending topic as debate raged about whether the refs were suspended, whether the league was covering something up, and how players like Stephanie White, who's been vocal in her support for Clark's toughness, fit into a narrative that also includes rivalries, past controversies, and a swirling rumor mill that won't stop until someone, either the league office or a respected veteran, steps up to set the record straight, because fans are demanding answers as they remember previous flashpoints, like when Clark's NCAA dominance was met with both awe and snark from older players, or when she and Angel Reese's rivalry captivated the internet, giving the league the kind of attention it hadn't seen in years. But now that Clark is on the floor and in the fire, the stakes are even higher, and that's why the reaction to the ref's suspension, or lack thereof, has become such a potent symbol of whether the WNBA is truly ready for the big time, with sponsors, networks, and even politicians weighing in. Because the injury isn't just about one moment in one game, it's about decades of frustration for women's sports fans who feel like they're finally being heard, only to see the system fail their brightest star, which is why this controversy has become a watershed moment, forcing the WNBA to decide whether it wants to be a league that protects its icons or just cashes in on them until the next shiny thing comes along. And in the middle of it all are voices like Sue Bird, who's been there, done that, and isn't afraid to say that this league needs to evolve or risk losing the momentum that's been building since Clark first stepped on the court as a pro, because everyone knows that if Caitlin Clark can't be kept safe, nobody is safe. And that's why fans are looking at not just this game, but the entire structure of the WNBA, from ownership to officiating to marketing, and demanding to know if this league can walk the walk it's been talking for years. Because the world is watching and the stakes have never been higher, with billions in potential revenue, social justice implications, and a new generation of fans who expect better, all of it swirling around one injury, one game, one referee's decision, and the truth that this is bigger than basketball, bigger than any rivalry, bigger than any highlight reel. It's about the soul of the WNBA and whether it can rise to the moment or get swallowed by it. And that's why this story isn't going away, because every day there's another clip, another take, another player speaking out or staying silent. And every day the pressure builds, because when Caitlin Clark finally returns to the court, all eyes will be on her and on the refs and on the league itself to see if they've learned anything or if this is just another chapter in the long history of women's sports being treated as second class. And that's why voices like Stephen A. Smith's matter, because they amplify the issue beyond the WNBA bubble, forcing everyone to confront the uncomfortable truth that you can't have a thriving league if you can't protect the people who make it special. And that's why every interview, every soundbite, every highlight is so charged right now, because it's not just about basketball anymore. It's about what kind of league the WNBA wants to be and what kind of future it wants to build for players like Caitlin Clark. Because if she can't be safe, if she can't be treated fairly, if she can't play the game she loves without fear of being targeted, then what message does that send to every young girl dreaming of being the next big thing? And that's why this story matters, and that's why we'll keep talking about it until we get the answers we deserve.